I want to talk about assumptions because when we assume things, we often can get into trouble because sometimes what we assume is happening or what we assume will happen doesn't happen, and then we're caught off guard, and and hey, it could be a problem. There could be real consequences of making assumptions. Let me give you a really great example that happened to me recently, and I'm a pretty smart and discerning guy, but there's always room to learn. I got plenty to learn. Progress, not perfection. There's still plenty of awareness, and insight I need to gain. And so let me share with you this lesson that I learned this past week. Okay, so we have some horses on our property, and one of the horses, Reba, is it's one Reba, and then there's like two male horses, and Reba is like the feistiest and the most aggressive of the horses. And they're in these, they're in when they eat, they're in these separate places, that are screened off. They're in general, the corral is like wide open, and they get to run around and play all they want, but when they eat, they're going to take each other's food. So particularly Reba, she'll like run, scare the others away and eat their food if they're not in their separate compartments. So, and they're side by side. So Reba finishes her food, and then she tries to over the fence, over the corral post. She tries to she's annoyed that she can't get more food, and so she'll kick. And we've got these these big wooden planks that go along the corral, because if she were to kick these metal bars in the corral, she could hurt herself. She could hurt herself if she kicks the wood too, but in general, she kicks these wood planks out of outrage, right? Okay, so when she kicks this stuff, it makes a huge sound. It's boom, boom, a big, huge boom, and we're in the house and we can hear this big, huge boom, and so Carla will go check the horses, and then in the past I've gone to check the horses, and I say there's nothing going on. It's Reba kicking the wood. She's annoyed at the other horses. She's kicking the wood. That's it. She's kicking the wood, and then the next time it would happen, a big boom, and Carla would go out and check the horses, and I said, come on, it's just Reba kicking the wood. I go out, I check, it's Reba kicking the wood. And this happens over and over and over and over and over again, like all the time. So finally, this last week, we hear a big boom. And I said, I'm watching my movie here. It's Reba kicking the wood. I'm not going to go down there. A billion times I've done this, and it's always the same thing. Nothing's going on. No, nothing's going on. Okay, so she says, well, if you're not going to check, I'm going to check. So she goes down and checks, and then a few minutes later, I hear her yelling, come up, I need your help. Come down here, I need your help. Because what happened was that finally it was the kick that broke the camel's back. Reba kicked the thing so hard, she finally dislodged the big wood. The wood fell over and was now in the corral, very precarious, massively dangerous, had to be fixed immediately. If we had ignored it, if she had ignored this, very likely one or more of the animals would have gotten hurt. If we had just ignored it and let the whole evening go and into the morning, and then we come out in the morning and we see this, it could have been a serious devastation to one of these animals. Could have gotten seriously injured, right? So and then she was saying to me, and so she was saying to me, I'm so happy that I'm neurotic about this stuff and that I came out and checked. And of course I said, me too, but no, I said, you know what? You're not neurotic. I was wrong. I thought you were neurotic. I thought you were obsessive. I thought you were perpetually overreacting, but obviously the proof is in the pudding. Obviously I was wrong. You were vigilant. Every time you hear a boom, you got to check. Okay, that's the point, because this could be the one time where something really bad is happening and you ignore it because you assume that it's just one more of the same incident that has happened in the past over and over again. She wasn't neurotic. She wasn't OCD. She cares about these animals, and she was vigilant, and she's paying attention, And she made sure that nothing bad was happening. We are caretakers of these animals. They can't take care of themselves. They need us to be smart and be paying attention. She was right. She was right. And so this is a great lesson for me and a great lesson for you, for all of us. Don't assume that just because something looks the same, walks like a duck, talks like a duck, like squawks like a duck, that expression, right? Don't assume it's a duck. Don't assume it's the same thing. You better check. You better make sure it's the same thing, because if the unintended consequence, if it is something bad, would you be happy with that? Would you be happy that you were lazy and didn't take another 5 minutes to check to make sure that everything's okay? Would you be happy with a really bad outcome because you were not vigilant? No, you wouldn't be happy, right? Correct. Yeah. So powerful lesson. I hope you guys can apply it to your life. Pay attention. Don't assume that just because something looks like the same thing, that this is a pattern of the same behavior. Always check. Pay attention. Err on the side of caution. All right.